Hey, it's Matt from Custom Car Grills with a mesh install for the Hyundai Santa Cruz grille. The factory design on this vehicle has some really large openings in the grille which can lead to radiator damage. This video is for owners who are looking to protect their radiators with a mesh screen. Bumper removal is needed, and here's a quick rundown on how to remove the bumper to get this installation started. The first step is to remove the fender garnish. In this diagram, Hyundai is saying to use a screwdriver or panel remover to remove the fender garnish. They also note to wrap protective tape around the tools to prevent damage to the surrounding components. Then open the hood and disconnect the negative battery terminal, and loosen the front bumper upper mounting bolts in the upper splash guard. Afterward, loosen the front bumper lower mounting bolts. Then loosen the mounting clips and screws on the side of the front bumper, and detach the side part of the front bumper. Disconnect the front bumper main wiring harness connector, and now the bumper should be able to be removed, and now we're ready for the mesh install. The grille should be left in the bumper for this install. In this video, I'll be demonstrating with the grills removed, but again, there's no need to remove the grills from the bumper. If you have a bumper stand or even a couple sawhorses with padding on them to protect your paint, then you may find the install easier with something to rest the bumper on. I'll be working mostly with the grille being face down since the mesh goes on the back of the grille. And speaking of the mesh, let's check out the pre-cut set that we have for sale on our website. This is pre-made specifically for the Santa Cruz and is made from an aluminum small diamond pattern. There's a cutout to accommodate the front camera in the upper piece and is finished off in a gloss black powder coat. The lower is made from the same material, and it's important to note that this does not currently have a cutout if you have the sensor equipped, though we plan to offer that in the future and will update our website when that happens. Installation is super simple, just slide it onto the back like so, and it might be a tight fit initially. We supply some cable ties to fasten the mesh on, and these will look seamless when we're done. Here's another view of the mesh going on in the back of the stock grille, and it's really just that easy. Then I'll start to use the ties to get this attached. For best results, feed the tail end of the tie from the back to the front. To conceal the ties well, try getting them as close to the edge as possible and around as few diamonds as possible. Also, it's important to note that I'm only wrapping these around the areas where there's the black thin bar and not around the thicker silver bars. Once you have the tail end of the tie through the mesh, around the black bar and back through the mesh, then fasten the head and tail of the tie securely together. Keep repeating this tying on process around the whole grille until the mesh piece is secured to the stock grille. Here's a great shot of how the tie comes through the front and then wraps around to the back. Then it's just a matter of fastening it up and then trimming off the tail ends later. Let's fast forward through some of the attachment points and get this finished up. We tried to keep this install as simple as possible despite bumper removal being required. If you can get the bumper off, then that's the only challenging part of this, and the rest is designed to be super simple. With all the ties on, let's cut off the tail ends and throw them away. Here's a good shot of all the attachment points I did on the passenger side, and then I repeated the same for the driver's side. The upper mesh install is now complete. Let's check it out from the front by flipping it around. Okay, this is looking pretty good, and check out how hard these ties are to find. They blend right in. On a wider view, the mesh blends in really well, and again, there's a small hole on the back of the mesh for the front camera connector. This mesh piece will do wonders to help protect your radiator. With some simple tools and a little bit of time, you can help avoid a big costly repair on your radiator with this mesh piece. Now, this was just the top, and we do also have a matching lower. Again, this stock grille does not need to be removed from the bumper. Mine is only removed to make this video easier to film. Like with the top, the bottom mesh goes onto the back of the stock grille like so. And similarly, this also just ties on. This mesh piece is ever so slightly oversized for the opening as well. So it's possible to shift it around a little bit to find optimal locations on the mesh to get the ties to loop through. Currently, at the time of making this video, the lower piece only works out of the box with models that are not equipped with the sensor in the lower center. If you have the sensor, it's possible to modify the mesh piece to work. A good pair of tin snips can be used to cut the mesh so that it can go around the sensor, though further testing with the sensor will be needed afterward to make sure that it's functioning correctly. Now with all the ties fastened, let's cut off the tail ends and throw them away. The bottom mesh install is now complete. Let's check it out from the front. This seems to be on there super solid. This is on there very securely. Well, with the pair of the upper and lower grills done, the front end should be much more protected and should help with avoiding some costly repairs. The installation of the bumper back onto the vehicle is simply the reverse of how it was removed. This kit makes for a great weekend project, and well, that's all I have for you now. I hope you liked this video. If you can give it a like or subscribe to the channel, then that helps me out quite a bit. If you have any questions, then let me know, and thanks for watching.